Hello, everybody. This is Jeremy Mateo with Music Marketing TV. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Ocean Way Studios Deluxe plugin from Universal Audio. This is now officially in a UAD X format, which is basically saying this is now native, meaning that you can now have this on your Apollo, on your satellite DSP cards, on your Mac and PC without any DSP whatsoever. They have really done a great job of optimizing the DSP, so it doesn't use a crazy amount of DSP. It does use quite a bit of DSP, but you can still have about 5 or 6 instances on this and still have like 60 channels with full channel strips without hitting a wall. Now this, really nice. Look at this UI. So you have 2 studios to choose from, Studio A, Studio B, and then you have many sources to choose from. So you have either drums in a wall, drums in a corner, and this changes in each studio. You have acoustics, so either an acoustic guitar, an acoustic piano, studio speakers, which is basically how hall and chamber reverbs are recorded back in the day. So for this, we have a speaker source for Studio A and Studio B's chamber. You can look at these. These are crazy speakers that they use to capture this type of a reverb source. You can either use a 4x12 cab, a 2x12 cab, and then you have your vocals, which is a solo vocalist, a group vocalist, an ensemble of horns or strings. Now, the reason for these sources is because the engineers at Ocean Way use different microphones or different microphone positioning depending on the room, the source, and how everything sounds. They're engineers. That's what their job is. And Ocean Way allows you to re-mic, which basically means that the re-mic mode, let's say you have your drums recorded in a very tight, clean room with almost no reflections, right? It sounds dead, it sounds fine, but you need some life to it. Well, if you ran your drums, let's say in Studio B, in the corner, and you have it in re-mic mode, you send all your channels into this, and then you utilize the close mics, the far mics, and you do a blend of what the positioning is of the microphones, where and how they're set up in the room. You're able to get a blend of the characteristics of the mic modeling of every individual microphone along with reverb. So you can add color and characteristics, a little bit of saturation, while you also get the amazing modeled room reverbs. In reverb mode, it takes that out of the window. You're not doing any of that. You are just using these microphones to capture the sound of the room. UAD is always big on giving you lots of options. So they've given us a little mixer here where we're able to mute, pan, control the volume of any individual sends. We can make it mono, swap it, do phase inversion, time alignment, high and low pass filtering. But then the effects section, which is really powerful, gives you a 3-band EQ. You either have a 110 or a 550 style EQ. And all these modules can be moved anywhere, just like a 500 series unit. The compressor is very powerful. It's very simple. You have either a mount, sidechain filters. You have 2 different types, off, on, and then the tighter one. You have either link, sidechain on and off, mix, and you have your 6 different compression algorithms. Now, 1176 LN, that's the 1176 low noise. I think Rev N, it's the black one. It's the most common 1176 that you'll see. Pretty much everyone buys them. They still make them. That's the modern 1176. It's very good. Personally, I prefer Rev A. I like the silver face one. And then we have the 670 compressor, which is the Fairchild compressor. LA2A, Crush, which I'm assuming is the 1176 in all buttons in mode. Air, and then the VCA 160, which is probably the DBX 160A or the DBX 160 VU. Most likely VU because it's the older vintage model, and I'm pretty sure Ocean Way uses that. Now, the compression from a DBX is a lot softer and pillowy. It kind of sounds like it's gently just kind of pushing it in, while the 1176 is going to be smashing, just really just slamming. The 670 is going to be very soft and almost brighter, while the LA2A is going to be very grabby, have a little bit of weight to it, but also add a little bit of character. Now for the chambers, we have 3 chambers. Chamber A, D, and W. You have the amount, and the decay, short, medium, long. You can go in between these two, but you will not have exact control. This is going to be predetermined for you. You have your pre-delay here and your stereo width control, and that's it. Very simple, very easy. You can turn everything on and off right here on the side or by clicking the in button right here. All right, so that's enough about the overview. How does this plugin sound? So I have this live recording of an event that I just did. This is for the artist Derek Love. His engineer name is Derek Olds. And this is for his album release party. And we are going to be using this. We have full permission to use this. And let's just see how this sounds without any reverb in the session whatsoever. And here we go.
You were always there to pick me up. I was crawling, stand behind me and catch me when I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling. When I'm falling, I know you'll always be there, Victoria, Victoria. I've never found the words, no melody, no verse.
So very, very good sounding recording. We used my Phoenix Pro PTU AU. It's the Phoenix Pro's highest end wireless microphone for all the vocals. All the drums were recorded with universal audio microphones because I own a bunch of them. I own pretty much all of them except for their SM7B1 and their condensers, basically. So everything sounded really good, but I found that because the room didn't sound great, and I can show you the room right here. We have the room recording of 2 shotgun mics in the room. It just didn't have the vibe that I wanted for the live release of the album party. So let's listen to the rooms.
Catch me when I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling.
You can just hear that the room did not have a great tonal structure. It didn't resonate the way I wanted, and it had a lot of resonant peaks because it was not the best room in the world. So what we're going to do is we're going to send all of our drums to Ocean Way. We're going to turn on our drum sends, and if you look at this window, you will see that I am sending the kick, overheads, and the floor tom. So we're going to bring up the Ocean Way on the drum reverb. And what we're going to do is go to B section. We're going to go into reverb mode, and let's select a preset. So I want to go mode reverb. And we're going to find a preset that has the tonal structure that we want. That one is really good. I like that one. So let's do some tweaking. We're going to go to the chambers. I'm going to change it to maybe W, make this shorter. That sounded amazing. Let's switch to A, which is the original preset that I chose. I think I'm going to stick to this one. I really dig this one. Let's take this at a solo, and let's see if we've brought these drums to life.
Victoria, I've never found the words, no melody, no verse for a single day.
That just sounds so good. Let's go to the vocal. I think the vocal really needs some love. So I have Studio B selected here. I'm using the source for the speakers, and we're using this as a traditional reverb that is using the echo chambers, right? Let's listen to the reverb in solo, and we'll bring the reverb in and out. So here we go.
Catch me when I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling. When I'm falling, I know you'll always be there. Victoria, Victoria.
I like that. That sounds really good. Let's just put that in the mix and let's take a listen.
Catch me when I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling. When I'm falling, I know you'll always be there. Victoria, Victoria. I've never found the words, no melody, no verse to pay you for a single day. But you'll be the one I tell my children of.
Now that sounded absolutely amazing. So what I want to do is bypass all the reverbs and then bring them back in. Here we go.
Catch me when I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling. When I'm falling, I know you'll always be there. Victoria, Victoria. I've never found the words, no melody, no verse to pay you for a single day. But you'll be the one I tell my children of.
That's really brought this whole thing to life. And all I did was add it to the snare, the overhead, and the floor tom. That's it. That's all I did for the drums, and it made everything sound really alive. The vocal sounded incredible. I really like the way that Ocean Way has the vocal reverb sound. Now, for the drums, I really like this. This is kind of like a tight, but still very lively room. It has a lot of vibe and a lot of control. And I'm noticing that I'm a very big fan of chamber W and chamber A. Chamber D seems to be a lot narrower and might be perfect for something that's going to be a little bit more polished, for more kind of a undercover or more subtle reverbs. But for something like this where we want it to have this huge sound, chamber W really, really has knocked it out of the park. I like the way that the presets are laid out. I like the UI. Everything looks really nice. And I think the only thing that I can say I would like to see would be more options. I wanna see more of what Ocean Way can offer. Like I want to see what happens if we have more mics that Ocean Way uses, because this is just incredible. It sounds really, really good. And it just makes me want to use this everywhere. And then once I've used it a million times, I want to see what else do they have to offer, right? This is an incredibly good reverb with a very easy UI to understand. The preset menu is absolutely fantastic. And I love that you can favorite things. You can search things by name. You can make your own presets. Really nice, really well designed. So great job, UAD. And I think that's going to be it for this video. This is Jeremy Mateo with Music Marketing TV. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, and remember to leave a comment. Sometimes when I have time, I will actually respond on my own channel. But oftentimes you will get responses from us. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you guys want to see next. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys later.